God is imaginary. Proof number 35. Proof number 35. Notice Jesus' myopia. If you think about Jesus, you realize that his biggest problem is an incredible case of myopia. We can see this myopia quite clearly as we look back at Jesus' time on earth. The obvious question that any intelligent person is forced to ask is this: if Jesus is God, then why didn't Jesus use his omniscience and omnipotence to actually do something magnificent and beautiful on earth, rather than squandering his power as he does in the Bible? Think about all the problems that Jesus could have solved. At the very least, Jesus could have transcribed passages into the Bible that would have ended sexism, racism, and slavery forever. As the simplest example, think of all of the suffering that slavery has caused. Millions upon millions of people have suffered through the bondage and the remarkable brutality of slavery because Jesus and his Bible fully support it. If Jesus had simply made a clear statement, slavery is forbidden, free all the slaves, he could have prevented all of that suffering. Yet Jesus did nothing of the sort. Instead, Jesus endorsed slavery. In the same way, Jesus could have chosen women to be 6 of his apostles and made several speeches on the topic of women's equality. By doing that, he would have put a huge dent in sexism. Because Jesus did not do that, we still see the effects of Jesus' sexism in our society today. At a larger level, if Jesus were God, he could have performed so many real miracles. He could have, for example, eliminated smallpox and a host of other diseases that science is busy eliminating today. Jesus could have given the people of Israel the knowledge that they would need to start a technological society and raise themselves above the primitive living conditions of the day. Jesus could have taught the Israelites about metallurgy, chemistry, biology, physics, manufacturing, mathematics, medicine, engineering, etc., etc., etc. He could have also taught them how to responsibly use these technologies to solve the problems of pollution and habitat destruction that so often accompany them today. Jesus could have made clear statements to deter nuclear proliferation. The argument could be made that Jesus did try to solve poverty when he said that you should sell everything you own and give it to the poor. However, in saying this, Jesus showed a complete misunderstanding of human nature. Do you know of anyone who has sold all of their possessions and given the money to the poor? As a result, half the people on planet Earth today live in abject poverty, supporting themselves on less than $3 per day. Instead, Jesus could have taught mankind to effectively share wealth, so that the immense problem of global poverty that we see today would have been solved long ago. Jesus could have also laid down a template for governance that would have ended monarchies, dictatorial regimes, and warlords forever. Most importantly, Jesus could have made his message so clear and the proof of his godliness so obvious that all 6 billion people on the planet would have aligned with him rather than fragmenting into dozens of bizarre and often warring religions. By doing this, Jesus could have completely prevented the Crusades and 9/11, among many other things. Jesus, if he actually were God, could have done so much. He could have prevented massive amounts of human suffering with his words and deeds. Instead, He did none of this. To any rational person, these problems make it painfully obvious that Jesus was a normal human being. The fact that Jesus was a normal human being renders the entire New Testament of the Bible meaningless, and in the process shows us that the God of the Bible is completely imaginary. Thank you for watching. This completes God is Imaginary, proof number 35. I will see you in proof number 36. Thank you so much for watching.